Okay. Welcome back to the Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter Anime Review, episode number 5. Yes, I believe this is, episode 5. No. Yeah, it is 5. Because the first episode, I covered the first 3 episodes. Second one, 4 through 6. Third was 7. 4 was 8. And this one basically is, episode 9. Now, this one covers a lot from the actual manga this adapts from. It adapts chapters 23, 26, and 33, and the Omake. Yep. The episode starts off quite interestingly with Noir giving Emma the little jewel item thing that he got last episode, and she sort of eats and gets a power boost, and she becomes really powerful. And then pretty much like right after that, hey, you want to come to a ball with me? He's like he's very hesitant to answer. Like he's like, do you mind if someone steals me away or dances somebody else? And of course he goes anyways. And he does get a suit, though the first suit he's given is a suit that does fit him, but the problem is there's a wine stain on it, so he's like, nah, I'm going to go out and buy one. So then we have the Gala. Very wonderful scene this is, where you have Noir basically just saying hi to Emma's parents. Great to see them. Well, this is technically the first time they appeared in the anime, and if in case you're curious on the manga, when they appeared in this scene, first time they appeared in the manga, because these two have been mentioned, I think, a few times, but never made a physical appearance. I think this scene is from book 2, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. It's been a bit since I've read book 1. So, and then pretty much like, as a hi to a couple people. Also, prior to them going to the ball, that Noir's father is masking around for certain, asking nobility for a place where they can help rent. They kept turning him down because he's a baronet. Low-ranking one. Just highly above just basically commoners. So, of course, he goes to the ball anyways. And Emma's wearing a great dress. And basically, the dress kind of reminds me of the dress she wears with the strap. It's a strapless top with basically like almost like a whitish dress with basically showing off one leg. It kind of reminds me of the dress Angelina Jolie wore from one of the Oscar ceremonies when she was showing off one of her legs. It kind of reminds me of that. And we see it looks like she's wearing like a little bit like red on top of her stockings that she's wearing. It looks like to me. And of course, Emma says hi to various people. Of course, Noir standing right next to her, being kind of in the way, her date. And then pretty much like we had this rival who's basically someone he knows. Well, she knows like where basically he asked her if he can court her, and she said no, probably because she's in love with Noir, though she doesn't say it here. And then of course basically the guy proposes Noir a contest. Whoever gets the loudest possible dance in Emma gets Emma. And of course he dances pretty well. And then he just teaches himself basically a good amount of dancing skills just by sacrificing some some LP. And he dances really well. Basically, from what I can tell, like classic style ballroom dancing. In case you're curious though, have I ever trained in ballroom dancing? Yes, I am. I have trained in it. I've done a few forms in it. It's a very interesting style of thing. I've never actually like done full thing of ballroom dancing. I've kind of a little bit of it at one of my proms I went to, but I never actually did any regular ballroom dancing. Surprisingly. And of course it goes over really well. And then as soon as that wraps up, that's when then the guy comes in, the guy who's the owner of the place, reveals that, well, he basically is like, thanks everybody for coming. But he's, oh yeah, I receive a proclamation that the Phantom Thief. You're probably thinking, Phantom Thief, it's a Kaido Kid that showed up this ball? Nope. Oh, this is very similar to Kaido Kid. Like, it says in the proclamation he's going to steal the mermaid tear. Which, even from the manga, when I was reading this, I'm like, wait, did the writer just rip off the Kaido Kid from the Case Closed franchise? I believe he did basically ripped off something he's known for doing, send proclamations that he was going to steal something. And we have a fancy thief show up. A woman. I'm like, that's different. Though she actually has a partner, a guy. Where she's apparently they have two targets, the Mermaid and Emma, because apparently they're going to steal Emma. And she tells Emma. Oh yeah, we also introduced to, I think her name is Lena. She gets introduced in this episode. Interesting looking woman. Yeah, she becomes a regular character afterwards. She's part of a rival guild they mentioned previously, the Lemon Guild. I believe it is. So basically, her leader goes after the guy, and she and Noir, who basically, even though he's an adventurer, like I think he's probably like a low rank adventurer, he probably doesn't know how basically what level. I think he's currently 66 at this point. So they basically follow them. And then, of course, he uses Discerning Eye. And she's like, oh, is that Discerning Eye? He's like, yep, it's Discerning Eye. He's like, oh, that's a pretty useful skill. And she's a summoner. Also, he figured out this thing. She's weak against lightning. Yep, uses lightning. And basically, thanks to their team of effort to beat her, and her summons basically a phoenix. Yes, a freaking phoenix. Lena, of course, basically just, I think her name is Lena. I believe, I'm nobody against L. She destroys the Phoenix thanks to Noir using gravity. And of course, firing also a combination of using magic view, something he just learned. I believe it was just 2 episodes back he just learned this. And it's great the fact he's using it in actual combat. And pretty much, like, beats her basically like that. And then all of a sudden, Leader shows up. Like, okay. Like, oh yeah, everything is all good. And then he punches Noir in the gut reveal. And of course, Noir figures out, yeah, this is not the actual leader of the other guild. It's actually the other thief. And he uses gravity spell on him, basically. And, oh yeah, he reveals first the first one, like, this is a precious friend. And then he reveals that she's precious to him. And apparently, like, him getting hurt apparently wakes her up as she's being unconscious. And then she proceeds to slap him, and then Noir just runs up to him and gives a big haymaker right to the frickin' face. And, like, she's, like, so happy to see Noir. She needs to make out with him. And then Lena's, like, she's, like, blushing because I think she's got a thing for him, too. And, of course, she ties him up. And, of course, the Count basically thanks him for basically retrieving Mary and Pearl. And, of course, Emma's parents thank him for rescuing Emma. And as a thank you for saving his mermaid tier, he gets a shop. Basically, apparently, it's, the actual rent of this place is 200 rails, but thanks to the Count, they upload to 20,000 rails a month. Now, basically, of course, Emma's here as well. Now, his sister and mother will take care of the interior. His father will take care of cleaning the place, and of course, Noir look for, let's say, things to sell in the store. Yep. And of course, Alice gets very jealous of Noir with Emma because she's got a big brother complex. Yeah, not the only series I've seen like this. This is one of the few series I've seen like this. The other, of course, being Love Tyrant, and I believe the other one is Witchcraft Works had this too, where there was a big brother complex where the little sister is obsessed with the big brother. And it's kind of this way too. Yep. Oh, I should point out though, Emma's mom is almost like a spitting image of her, and it's kind of the same thing with Alice and her mom, well, also Noir's mom. But both these women look great for their age. Yeah. It's about Alice has not a boyfriend yet, surprisingly. Not that I can hear of, no. But this episode was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Of course, next week is a fan service episode. Why? Hot Springs! Yep. Haven't seen one of these in a while. Yeah, I've come across these a few times over the course of many anime I watch. Now, the last anime I saw this in was of the stuff I've been bench watching lately. Like, this was seen in Superheroes, and this was also seen in Absolute Duel. They had the Hot Springs, well, they had a beach episode, but Superheroes had Hot Springs. I believe Two of Rue had Hot Springs, too. And also, Quintus Quintuplets had Hot Springs, too. As well. Yeah, this is a popular thing you would see in Japanese anime. Hot Springs episodes. Along with beach episodes and bathhouse episodes. They haven't come across a bathhouse episode yet, but we're getting Hot Springs one. And this did happen in the manga, so yeah. Yeah, but otherwise, that's pretty much it for this particular review. Yeah, I got one more video to do, and that's a review for the newest episode of Case Closed. And I will talk about what's going on with the manga. And it's quite dumb. Yeah, I'll talk about it when I get to it, okay? See you next video. Bye.